FakeTV Box is a recorded production of KlicKNet from mykwame.com studios at 144 Studios, New York City. Additional help provided by Adobe, supporting all with limitless creativity in graphics, illustration, and videography. The innovative world of Apple, Shure apps and products for audio functions, and by contributions to this YouTube channel from KlicKNettars like you. Thank you. What's going on, KlicKNettars? Welcome to FakeTV Box with Kwame Alexander, the show where we spend as many minutes as it takes talking crap about all the whack jobs and hot messes out there, and I do it sitting behind a desk because I'm a professional. Now, I'm gonna be a little straight with you. At the end of this conversation, I have something I want to announce to the viewers, and it entails what awaits the show in the future. But you know, I would say that it's just as fun as going to Disneyland Resort in California, which everyone calls they call it the happiest place on earth. Apart from that family feud that took place in Mickey's Toontown back in July of 2019. Oof. Well, I don't think... Don't worry. We are not going to show that clip. No. Instead, we're going to discuss something that we previously covered on this show back in 2021. And if you do remember, here's a clip that we can show. During a media briefing on March 25th, 2021, Walt Disney Imagineer Jeanette Lomboy presented a massive multi-year expansion for Disneyland Resort with the title Disneyland Forward. Now, like many sources and channels on YouTube, I want to make it clear that this is extremely vague and nothing is confirmed at all, as it's merely a proposal to the City of Anaheim, California. What's important to understand is that this is not just an effort by Disney to work with the city to grow the resort district and update its blueprint. The west side is meant to be an extension to both Disneyland Park and DCA, and add new theme lands to the existing parks. Wowza! You have no idea how much I forgot I did that episode. The set looked so different back then, before we got the new look this year. And nowadays, nowadays, the old desk enjoys retirement under the current one. I'm gonna put you down. Put you down. Put you down. Oh, careful. Easy. Okay. There you go, buddy. So, what new and interesting stuff have we learned about Disneyland Forward? Well, we now know how much it's going to cost to build new attractions, which in some estimation costs the same as it does to build a whole new theme park from scratch.
Disneyland has committed to spending $1.9 billion over the next decade as part of a long-term planning proposal presented to the City of Anaheim that dangles possible projects.
Disneyland commits $2.5 billion for theme park expansion. Disneyland Forward proposal dangles possible projects based on Black Panther, Coco, Frozen, Tangled, Peter Pan, Zootopia, Toy Story, and Tron. I mean, it sounds amazing.
Where, when, and how much? Is it enough to compete with Universal? Is it a third gate? Let's find out, and we'll begin with the Anaheim City Council. They finally met last Tuesday regarding Disneyland Forward. That's what this is about, Disneyland Forward, although it was not a vote. It was just a workshop, quote unquote. The workshop was essentially a presentation by Disney where they gave a broad view of their plans and commitments with respect to developments as part of Disneyland Forward. Here's a breakdown of what was revealed at this workshop on Tuesday. Disney is committing at least $2.5 billion total to the resort area over the next 10 years. That includes the Disneyland Resort itself and the surrounding Anaheim area.
Let's see. The minimum is $1.9 million, and the threshold is as high as $2.5 billion. And if I divide that with, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to figure out all the numbers using this big calculator. The small ones were sold out at the 99-cent store. Well, while I'm not the math expert that I was in school, the main point of what's going on is that Disney needs a lot of greens to make its future expansion plans at Disneyland Resort a reality. The plan is based on a promise Disney made to invest this much money within the next 10 years. The company has gone on record to say that if its investment does not reach the $2.5 billion mark, then Disney vows to pay an additional $5 million payment to the City of Anaheim, California. It's similar to the Anaheim Ducks promising to win the Stanley Cup back in 2007. It's similar to the LA Angels promising to stay put in Anaheim. And it's similar to the promise Cody Rhodes made at this year's WrestleMania.
I have to finish the story.
Yeah. You can even see in his eyes that the commitment is real. And with Disney, their commitment with Anaheim has gone on for almost 70 years. Of course, they're also committed to giving more to everyone who visits their theme park resort every year and beyond. This brings us as to why Disney hasn't been able to expand Disneyland Park and Disney California Adventure before in previous years. Frankly, it's all because Disneyland Resort has to deal with limited space due to the streets, highways, and businesses that encircle it. If Disneyland Forward moves forward, no pun intended, then all of that could change, but not in the way you think. Although they would still require taking over some surrounding city streets, Disney will be able to get around other limitations and reimagine the resort with new attractions, hotels, and shops within its current 100-acre footprint. This plan, of course, is not without its critics. People have feared that it will create more traffic headaches for neighbors and not provide enough tax revenue for the city of Anaheim. When Disney executives explained the proposal in a presentation to the City Council of Anaheim a while back, a city planning and building director by the name of Ted White would tune in by saying that this will allow, for example, theme park attractions alongside or even embedded in hotels and vice versa. As you can see from this concept art from 2021, Disneyland's footprint is not entirely expanded. Disney is only asking the city to hand over some adjacent streets to the company, a move that would give Disneyland control over Magic Way, Hotel Way, and a part of Clementine Street near the resort. In exchange, Disney would pay $40 million for the roads, which, according to city planners, is a fair market price. Well, compare that to the price of a decent calculator at the 99-cent store. then the payment would allow Disney to spend $90 million on street improvements near the theme park, including Katara Avenue. Wait, Katara Avenue? Wait, what kind of avenue is that? Moving on, Disney is also asking Anaheim to halt the city's plans to extend Clementine Street and Gene Autry to make the company's plan work. Plus, they're offering to give the city tens of millions of dollars more in taxes and fees, earmarked for affordable housing, public parks, and road improvements. For the numbers on that, let me just break it down on my big calculator. This might take a while. In addition to asking the city to give more flexibility to overhaul areas that were originally designated for hotels, to also include park rides, attractions, hotels, and retail stores, Disney also looks to build a new 17,000 space parking garage, as well as 3 pedestrian bridges to cross over Harbor Boulevard and 2 additional bridges over Disneyland Drive. Some residents of Anaheim have been opposed to Disneyland Forward since it was revealed in 2021. Aside from having even worse traffic in their community, they're also concerned about further increases in rent and the cost of living. But Disney officials have argued that the multi-billion-dollar investment would cover all of that. If the plan does come to fruition, it will create thousands of jobs and millions of dollars of tax revenue for the city in what could be one of the most significant expansions of the storied theme park since it was first built in 1954. That's our show. Thank you so much for watching. Before we go, it's time for my big announcement. A lot of people follow me and KlicKNet on Instagram, and if you don't follow me and KlicKNet on Instagram, something is clearly wrong with you. For those who do follow me, they've seen me tease something in my IG story and in KlicKNet's IG story. It's a blue countdown clock with the title OOTS 47-2024. I've been trying to get people to guess what these four letters mean, OOTS, or as it's translated on Google Translate, OOTS. Yeah, OOTS. Look it up. I've added some hints on IG to get people guessing, and one of them has said, "Welcome aboard." Regardless of how some people will react to what I'm about to say, to them I want to say, I'm just trying to get something off my chest, and I believe that this is the only way I know how. So I want to announce that OOTS, or OOTS, means Odyssey of the Seas. This is a cruise ship that was launched in 2020 by Royal Caribbean International. And on April 7th, I'm going to fly to Fort Lauderdale, Florida this spring and spend 6 nights on the Odyssey of the Seas, along with one family member who is gonna be, let me tell you, they're gonna be really upset that I'm telling the rest of you all this in a video. On the other hand, this is going to be really huge because I wish to take FakeTV Box and KlicKNet on deck with me by shooting a multi-part vlog series, which will then be carefully produced after the flight back home to New York on April 13th. So in closing, thank you for sticking around to hear this announcement. And to the family member that I mentioned is coming with me on this trip, I won't mention their name. I just hope they understand something. I believe in my mind that I owe it to those who watch and support KlicKNet, besides my family, something new to see on this channel, rather than just me making fun of certain topics like theme park investments. So, like I always say at the end of every episode, please like, comment, and share everything from KlicKNet. Give your support by hitting the subscribe button down below. Follow us on social media through Instagram, Facebook, Threads, and the site formerly known as Twitter. And I'll see you next time on FakeTV Box with Kwame Alexander.